gosh, hi. So, damn it, doll. I had to verify my ID. Nothing, I can't get anything to work, y'all. Like, it was a lot. So, here we are. Hi. Welcome to a very special episode of, I was going to say Mind Over Mayhem. It's not Mind Over Mayhem anymore. It is Colors, Crackers, and Chaos. I mean, three main things that you have in a psych ward, right? So, let me change this light because it's so bright. Sweating. Okay. I hope there's a couple people on here. I feel like an idiot if there's not. So, welcome, you guys. This is, it's not good. I'll get better. I'm gonna get my crap together and learn how to do all this stuff. I think I've ordered about 8 different things of software and web hosting, and I still don't have a website. I don't even know what's going on. But I did basically write my whole little spiel. So if I start to read back and forth, please don't freak out. Like, I'm so nervous. So, okay. Hey, y'all. Brandy. Welcome to Colors, Crackers, and Chaos. I am Chaos. Just kidding. I'm Brandy. I've been a nurse for 14 years. Before we dive into this, I want to let you guys know a little bit about me, and I just feel like it's fair to tell you why I have the keys to the psych ward instead of being on the other side, because I could probably be over there. Okay, so before we get into all this, let me be clear. I am not glorifying drug use, excessive drinking. I just believe in transparency and accountability and telling the truth without dressing it up. People that have worked with me in the past or people that know me, oh my God, there's a fly. They know my whole story. I'm not one to cover it up. I'm not ashamed of my past. It is what has made me who I am today. Am I perfect? Absolutely not. But do I take care of my patients and my team? 100%. So, I talk a little fast. If I get to going too quick, just say, hey, bitch, slow down. So there's gonna be cussing in here. There's gonna be talk about suicide. There's gonna be talk about all kinds of stuff. So if you have little kids around, maybe send them outside or something. So I'm gonna get vulnerable. It's probably gonna be messy. It's gonna be very uncomfortable for me, but it's gonna be honest and it's gonna be real. So this space is about clawing your way out from rock bottom, escaping the darkness, reclaiming your life. At one time it was beautiful, and slowly, drugs, alcohol, whatever, stole that from us. So everybody's story is different. No one's pain is greater than someone else's. I just really want this to be a safe place for people to come together to heal their hearts, their minds, and their soul. So if you know anybody that's struggling or just needs to laugh at somebody acting stupid on the internet, like, here I am. So, okay, so scrolling. Here, we can laugh, we can learn, we can love ourselves again. We can disagree on religion and politics and still remain civil, calm, kind. Let's just not do all that here, okay? We never dim someone else's light to make ours shine brighter. I feel like we see that a lot in healthcare as nurses, and it's terrible. Like, as you can see, I am spunky and funky and all the things. I want everybody to be like, boom. And there's just some people that they can't handle it. So we're not going to do that here. We're all going to shine. In the Bible, Matthew 5:16 says, let your light so shine before others so that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. That's our calling. That's our purpose. That is why we were put on this earth, is to help others. So I hope y'all are ready to do the dang thing. Okay. I don't know if y'all been watching news lately, so I did have that friend that took his own life this past weekend. Would have never in a million years thought this guy would be the one. He had everything. Everything. And it was tragic. He had texted me that night before all that went down, and so I was kind of rumbling a little bit with, like, should I have known? I'm a psych nurse. Like, I should have known something was wrong. Like, I should have done more. I mean, anybody that works in this field knows that if somebody's going to do that, they're going to do it, and there's nothing you can do to stop them. We just always kind of feel a little bit guilty sometimes. So there's that. I don't know if y'all have seen the whole Perez Hilton thing on the news. He had a whole ounce psychotic break and billed it. And so his family posted today that he's getting help, and they've taken, of course, the videos down. They've taken this entire social down. So, our thoughts go to him. But people, even though they look like they have it all, they, they're smiling all the time. They're the ones that are hurting the most. They know how to put on a mask, and we just got to check on our people more often and hug them. Like, I don't even hug my daughter anymore. And I walked up to her yesterday and I hugged her, and she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, what? So, okay. So, we are all broken. Broken pieces can still let the light shine through. When we shine, we can help someone else find their way out of the darkness. So here are the house rules. Be kind, respect this community, and help make this a safe place for anyone that finds their way here, please. Okay, so I'm off my soapbox and onto a pedestal because we're going to talk about me. Woo. So as you can probably gather by now, I am the Psycho RN. My name is Brandy. I am 49 years old. Next year, I'm going to be 50. I am old. I am mentally spicy. I am unhinged. I am undiagnosed. I am a rebel. And I'm a warrior. I dance to the beat of my own drum. I always have. I am quirky and flamboyant and obviously hilarious. Most days, I am super chill. Very rarely do I get upset or flustered or panicky. What's the point? I am basically vanilla ice, and if there was a problem, I'm gonna solve it. Wicka. Because I'm friendly and I'm loud and I'm an oversharer. You'll see. I rarely meet a stranger. So, ever since my post the other day, I've I don't even know, a bunch of new friends on Facebook. It's wild. And they're all like, "Hey, me too, me too, me too, me too." And that makes me feel so good. Like, because at first I was like, crap, I shouldn't put all that out there. Like, information's power. And, some people can use that to hurt you. And so I was kind of like freaking out a little bit after I'd written all that. And then the response, y'all, was wild. Over 30,000 something views. 3,000 engagement. Like, it was a lot. I earned $4. Thank you. Okay. So, back to me. A lot of people see the letters after my name. They look at me. They look at my, family. My parents are still married. A lot of people see me and they're like, "Oh, she's straight-laced. She's lived this perfect life. She's, studious." And then I open my mouth and they're like, "Oh, no, she's psycho." When I'm at work, like, this is how I act at work too. Even when I'm house soup or whatever, my techs or even nurses, they'll see a house soup, they see a leader, they see the Capitan of crises, they see someone that manages to stay cool as a cucumber and in the middle of complete chaos, and they look at me and they're like, "How did you do that?" But you want to know the truth, the real, unfiltered, raw dog truth. Before I was the nurse holding the keys, I was the person on the other side of the desk. I was lost. I was broken. I was wretched, like the worst. So, I am no angel. I'm going to throw that out there right now. I grew up in a world before cell phones, before the internet, and before Life 360. Thank you, Jesus. When my mama wanted me to come home, she would page me, but for some reason, the pages never came through. So that being said, I drank hella Boone's Farm, I drank Mad Dog 2020, and I had Zima with Jolly Ranchers in it. We sang I Don't See Nothing Wrong with a Little Bump and Grind and Doing It and the Humpty Dance, all that crap. I didn't even know what I was talking about, but yeah, we did that. I smoked weed like it was my damn job. Back then, we got these little notepads. Younger people probably don't even know what I'm talking about, but they're about this size. And it was paper, like a paper notepad. And it was just like money. So at 18 years old, I got a whole box of these. And because I wanted to smoke weed every day, I went around and wrote 30 hot checks. Basically one hot check a day for an entire month around 6 counties around Dallas, like Collin, everywhere. So I would go to Walmart, not Walmart, 7-Eleven, or Tom Thumb were the best two. I would get a 25-cent pack of gum, and then I would write the check for $25 over, and I would get that cash, and I would go buy a quarter of stank, gross Reggie weed. Back then we had to work hard to get high. We had to pick out the stems and the seeds and all the things. And I just kind of laugh at myself now. And I feel like if you can't laugh at how stupid you used to be, like, you're probably still stupid. So, but yeah, I laugh at that because I'm like, that shit wasn't even good. Like, what are you doing? So yeah, I had warrants for my arrest in 6 different counties. Bank of America unfriended me on whatever social media was popular at that time, and they said, you can never bank with us again. You suck. So there was that. Thank God my mom came and rescued me and basically drug me out of my friend's house because I was living with my friend. My parents living in Maryland. Made me leave my car like at the dealership, just let it go back repoed. She paid off all my warrants and she jerked my ass up to Annapolis, Maryland, which was a terrible idea because that's where the Naval Academy is. 5,000 single men, 5 minutes from my house. I was 21 years old. So, yeah. Anyways, moving on. Oh, one funny thing about the weed back in the day. So after we spent 20 minutes dissecting it and, gutting it, we also would have to roll it in, zigzags or whatever. And then sometimes like a seed would get left in there and it would pop and go right into your eyeball and blind you temporarily. So kids these days just don't know how good they got it. Talking about all this because was weed a gateway drug for me? Absolutely. Were my friends bad influences on me? No. Hell no. Everything was my idea. I was the queen of good time. I was the one that was always wanting to be surrounded by people and boys and going places and getting high. And no, my mom always blamed my friends for all my mistakes. You can tell her now, like, you can't tell by now, like, yeah, I'm one fry short of a Happy Meal. At one point in my life, every story I told literally started with, this one time I was so fucked up. Like, that is no way to live. But that was me, 20 years ago. So, fast forward 20 years, and that's when shit really hit the fan, because I was out there getting fucked up and locked up. So I'd gotten out on Black Friday with a guy that I lived with. We've been together for a couple of years. And on Black Friday 2014, my life changed forever. I found myself weighing my options as I sat in the back of a police cruiser, handcuffed on the hard plastic seat, watching the red and blue lights like paint the asphalt. And for a second, I was like, I'm gonna fucking run. I'm gonna run. I'm gonna go that way. He's never gonna catch me. Run. I do not jog for fun. I run from the police and my problems. That's for you, Presley. No, but like, I don't run. What the fuck was I thinking? I cannot run from the police. Be real. So thank God I just sat there and cried and was just like, what's happening? So what had happened was this guy I lived with, we were eating out. So we got McDonald's in Kaufman. We go to this little gas station on the other side of the highway, on the other side of 175. And I guess we're sitting there eating at the gas pump, just eating nuggets or whatever. And cop lights us up as we drive off. And he was like, oh, it's kind of suspicious y'all sat there for a little while, blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking, bro, we're eating our fucking nuggies. Like, what do you mean? So, the idiot that I live with, he went by the name Skeeter. This whole story makes me so mad. Okay, so he grabbed a bunch of shit. I don't know where he had it or where it was. I don't know if it was his pockets or something. About 6 or 7 baggies, like bags, full of meth. Threw them in my lap, along with a bolo, like, threw that in my lap and was like, do something with that. At this time, like, I know I'm a gangster now, but at this time in my life in 2014, I was a precious little angel. Like, yeah, I got messed up and stuff, but like, not arrested messed up, you know, like, yeah, no, it was terrible. I didn't know what to do. I'd never been in a situation like that before. And this idiot is like, do something with it. Well, okay, so I'm like, and I shoved it in my shirt. He's still like slow rolling, refusing to pull over. I'm sure the cops are getting more and more angry. Because they're like literally following us all through the like parking lot of Walmart and Kaufman and everything. We finally pulls over. Cops come running up to both sides of the car and jerk us out. And of course, when the cop jerks me out, what do you think happened? I bet you could hear that fucking bolo from a mile away hitting that concrete. And the cop's like, oh, looky here, we've got some methamphetamines. And I'm like, it's not mine. Like, it's his. I'm crying. I'm freaking out, like, it's never happened to me before. And that fool looks at the cop, looks at me. He said, I don't know anything about methamphetamines. That's hers. This is her car. Bro. What I should have done when he threw that shit at me was hot potato that shit right back to him. But when you're young and naive and you've never been in a situation like that before, you're like, oh, okay, I don't want you to get in trouble, sweetie. Was he worried about me getting in trouble? Fuck no. He let me take the fall for his crap. Now, if it was my drugs or we were smoking together or something like that, okay, I'll take that. But no, this was all his. Like, I'm still so angry about this. This was 12 years ago. I did see a couple of years ago that he was still on the Kaufman County's most wanted list. People in the group, like Kaufman group, were actually talking about him because they were like, he's not 20, he's way older than that, blah, blah, blah. Well, of course he is. He'd gotten his birthday wrong or whatever. But Crime Stoppers, I'm going to be calling y'all soon because his ass is living in Missouri with the skank he cheated on me with and his mom. And I know his aunt is still my friend on Facebook for some reason. So if you're watching this, tell Skeeter I said fuck you. So, okay, moving on. That's where my life like just went. Because had I been doing drugs before? Yes, I did drugs before. I didn't do meth. I did socially acceptable things like cocaine, weed, drank, ecstasy, that kind of stuff. Meth was just grimy and dirty, and poor people did that, and I didn't do it. So it was just, I don't know. The first time I ever got arrested, it was like a practice run. I got arrested with my friend Lindsay. Lindsay, if you're on here, what's up? We were rolling through back roads in Wills Point. Terrible idea. And smoking blunts with the windows down in the middle of summer. Got bags of cocaine in the car, and cops like, whoop whoop, you know. He saw us on like one road, and then he came back around and like, I don't know, he just showed up again. So we got arrested. He pulls out a baggie. He's like, looks like we got some methamphetamine. I was like, meth? I don't do meth. That's cocaine. And he was like, ma'am, please stop talking. And I was like, okay. The next morning, I don't know what happened to those drugs because Lindsay, you'll have to chime in. I don't think we got in trouble for drugs. We got like a slap on the wrist. We spent the night in jail. The sweet police officers bought us donuts the next morning and like walked us over across the like entire like downtown Wills Point to go see the judge. Wild. So in this point, in this like this the first real arrest, I was crying. I was pleading with the officer. I was, telling him like those are not my drugs. Like, do I look like I do drugs? At the time, I mean, yeah, I probably had like a little scratch here, like something I picked over here. And I also had 2 black eyes because his fucking cousin beat the shit out of me. And he just watched. So, yeah, good times. So the cop was like, why didn't you tell me when I first walked up to the car that he threw drugs in her lap? And I said, I didn't want him to get in trouble. And he said, ha! There's my tampering with evidence charge. Bitch. A word to the wise. If you ever find yourself in handcuffs in the back of a police car, shut your mouth. Like, shh. You do have the right to remain silent. I would actually suggest that you do. Because in this instance, I basically gave myself a second charge, and it was a state jail felony, tampering with evidence. So, make them prove their case. Don't just give it to them like I did. Yeah. But that's, again, one of those things you don't learn until you've been a criminal. So, it's kind of not fair. Anyways. I think the reason I'm so mad about all this, like, I wrote a whole page on this whole topic. I was supporting this guy. Okay, I was living in his house. He had got like a HUD home or something in Kaufman. It was just a basic little 3-bedroom, cookie cutter house. But I mean, he had a house. I didn't. Filled it with furniture. Made it beautiful, all the things. And then he was working construction, so he was getting up at 4 a.m. and coming home at, 6 and going to bed at 7. Well, Brandy likes to stay up all night and sleep during the day, and I was doing hospice, and so I was coming home real late, sleeping during that. Like, we were on totally different schedules, and so I was like, you know what, just don't go back to work. I'll pay the bills. I make plenty of money. That was terrible. That was a terrible idea. But yeah, so I've been supporting this fool for like a year and a half or so. Yeah, paying the bills. He's just sitting at home, like, I don't know. He got into this like game where he was like, so he would trade this doll for an AK-47, and then he'd take that AK-47 and trade it for a Jeep, and I'm just like, whatever. And he ended up cheating on me again, another girl. I don't know why I always end up with cheaters, like, probably because I'm so like, I am doing the right thing. I'm not fucking around with anybody. I'm going to work, and I'm coming home. I take my jewelry off. I take my bra off, and it's a wrap. Like, I'm chilling. I'm very much a creature of habit, and I don't really pay attention to like small details. I've got a little dementia and probably cocaine in my brain. I don't know. Like, I can't remember shit, and so somebody will tell me something or they'll do something, and I'll forget. And yeah, guys just take advantage of me, and it sucks. So. Here I am, 2014, 2 state jail felonies. They both carry a sentence up to 2 years and $10,000 fine each. Thanks, Skeeter. You're so sweet. I grew up, and I still, my family, we're Southern. We are Baptist. We are Trump supporters. Like, please don't hold that against me. But we are patriots. We are just normal people, right? I think what makes me mad about this still is the fact that this man, okay, threw me in harm's way, like sacrificed me basically to save himself. Who does that? Like, anybody want to go to Missouri? I know what town he lives in. Let's go. Okay. Moving on. I'm rambling. I'm not following my guidelines, y'all. Sorry. Yeah, 12 years later, I'm still pissed off about this. Traumatized, triggered, angry as fuck. Like, he was so disloyal, so dishonorable. What a bitch. I'm gonna date a bitch, might as well be a bitch. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this is what really threw me over the edge. So I get arrested. My parents leave me in jail for a couple days. I get back to the house, and he's just standing there, and he starts crying. He hugged me and stuff. He's like, "Thank you so much." And I'm like, "Thank for what?" He was like, I would die in prison. Like, I can't go to prison, so I can? What the fuck? Like, I had a daughter, I had a nursing license, I had a job, I had a car. You know, like, what do you mean, bro? So yeah, Kaufman County Crime Stoppers thought it would be a good idea, and they still do it. And I hate this. Like, I wish they wouldn't do this kind of stuff, because it's really kind of poking the bear, like when he's having a really bad day. Like the posting of the mug shots, yeah, it's funny every once in a while, but like that shit that broke me. It ruined me. I went from super duper hospice nurse, like mom, PTA president, all the things, to oh, she's doping. Oh yeah, I can tell. You can't tell nothing, first of all. So yeah, when I found out that my mugshot was on Facebook, I mean, everybody knew. My people I went to school with, my teachers, my Sunday school teacher, my third grade teacher, my entire family, my meemaw, like, it was just humiliating, and I was so ashamed, and that drove me to just not care anymore, honestly. Like, I just kind of like, whatever. So I couldn't work anywhere. It's probably going to lose my nursing license. Like, my parents hated me. So what did I do? Bolted. I told my parents, take care of Presley. I'm going to go to Dallas and see what's up. Terrible idea. So my first stop in my Dallas tour, Town East 80. You know anything about Town East 80? You don't want to go there now. You don't want to go there now. You didn't want to go back there back then. But I did. I ended up at the Budget Inn at Town East 80. And I walk into this little hotel room. And there's literally 30 people in this damn room. That's the size of like 10 by 10 or 12 by 12, whatever. All these guys are bald. They're covered in tattoos. They got wife beaters on and muscles hanging out. And I'm like, oh my God, they're so hot. Back in the day, I would have never, ever gone for something like that. But for some reason, I just was starstruck by these homeboys that I could not make a good decision at all. So, yeah, I was in love. Found all these fresh out of prison bros at the Roach Hotels on Town East 80. I got caught up in the nonstop crazy action at the Regency. Oh my God, have you ever been to the Regency? That place was like its own city back in the day. Like, God, I wish I could make like a movie. Like, of the things that I've seen and done. Like, wow. Like, you guys would not believe it. And then after I toured Mesquite, then I was in Garland. Now I'm at the game rooms. I find game rooms, and it's over off Shiloh and Ferguson. Great area. But that's where Island Club and all those places were, like, it was our jam. Like, it was fun. Like, you could walk around and see like all the people you knew. That's also when I started banging dope. I was drinking GHB all the time. I was smoking weed. I was hitting licks. And by hitting licks, I mean, like, I was going into stores like Academy and places like that, stealing $2,000 worth of merchandise and walking out the door. And then I would go and sell it to people $50 pair of shorts, I'd get $25 for it. Because I look the way I do, I was able to do that. And I told myself that it was okay because I wasn't stealing from a person. And so it wasn't like bad karma. Like that company, like they can afford to lose, a couple pair of Nike shorts. Like the things we tell ourselves in our addictions, like, wow, like, I let so much stuff slide, and I would have never, ever done in my right state of mind. Alright, so, also at this time, so I'm banged up, doing all things, hitting licks. Thank God I didn't go to jail again. Like, I should have gone to jail a million times, but, my homeboys see what a hot commodity I am and what I can do at these stores, and, I'm thinking like, oh man, I'm so cool, I got all this stuff now, I can get drugs for everybody, I can get cigarettes for everybody, I can pay for a hotel. No. Like, they didn't think I was cool. They thought I was a lick. And that's exactly what it was. They would come and, like, somehow get my car from me. I'd fall asleep, and they would steal my car. And I would be afoot for, like, 3 or 4 days. Like, they wouldn't answer the phone. Nobody told me where they were, even though everybody knew where they were. Like, they were out driving around in my car, committing crimes, probably, and just leaving me at a hotel, like, no clothes, no shoes, nothing. Like, anyways, so I called the Mesquite Police Department probably daily. When I say my car was stolen 100 times, like, I'm not kidding. Like, it was every freaking day. So the last time I called Mesquite Police, second to last time, I got punched in the face by a guy because I called him a bitch. Apparently you can't do that to a guy that's been in prison. I still have the scar right here, but he was like, what'd you say? And because I had gotten food for everybody, I got cigarettes for everybody, I got paid for a hotel room, like all the things. And he was like complaining about the type of cigarettes I got or something. I was like, why are you acting like a bitch? And he was like, what'd you say? I said, you're acting like a fucking bitch. And he's like, bam, like just laid me out. Never been punched like that before. That was wild. So I called the cops for that. They were like, what do you want us to do? I was like, nothing, I guess, cool. So then the next day I call them back and I'm like, they stole my car. And they're like, okay, the next time you call us and report that your car is stolen, we're taking you to jail. Why? Because what do you think those people are doing in your car right now? Committing crime. So you're enabling them because you are stuck out here on the streets and you don't know the laws of the jungle and you need to take your ass home. Well, I was like, sir, I can't go home without my car. Like, are you going to take me to Quinlan? So I wandered around 7-Eleven. I forget what the store is called, but there's a little store right there that had games in it and stuff. I would have $5 to my name, and I was like, okay, do I want food? Do I want cigarettes? Do I want to get some gas? Do I want to wash some clothes? Because I've been wearing the same clothes for like 3 days. Or do I want to play a match, $5 match? I played a $5 match and lost, of course. So now I have nothing. And that's just what we did. It was like my daily, every day. And I don't know why I ever thought that was fun. Like, thinking now, like, it's a fucking nightmare. Like, I worked hard to come up with $50 for a hotel room every day. Like, never anything gross. But crazy. Alright, so, skipping. Oh. So, because I was, like, hitting all these licks and had all these, like, I was able to do these things, like, I thought they were so cool. Totally illegal. I was like, man, one of these guys is going to be like, this is a down-ass chick. Like, I'm going to protect her from these fuckboys over here. And, we're going to live happily ever after. And they're not going to steal her car no more. And, I got you, babe. No. There were some guys, and there still are, that, didn't fuck me over as much as the others did. But everybody got a piece. And I lost not only my brand new Mustang out there, so pretty, brand new. I also lost a freaking Pathfinder. So 2 cars. The Mustang I found totaled out in a tow yard in like far Dallas, like the other side of Dallas. And then somebody actually told me where my Pathfinder was, and I found it buried deep in some like trees behind a chop shop in off of 20, like getting close to Signal. These are my homeboys. I don't know. they're all idiots. Let's see what else. Here I am, lost in the sauce. No car because it's stolen again. Oh, nearly blew my arm off with a shot of dope because I'm a nurse and I can't hit a vein. Let me get that. You can't see it. I'll show you another time. So, basically I was trying to hit myself and I missed the vein. Well, that shit turned into like, and, I was like, I'm a nurse. Like, I just keep it covered and make sure it doesn't like pop open. It won't get infected. We'll be fine. No, that was like it was a huge blister because it's basically like a chemical burn. I don't know what the crap they make dope with, but it's not good for your sub-Q skin. So that happened. I had to have emergency surgery, and I had a wound back. They rushed me back there. They looked at it and they were like, "Oh my God, what is that?" And I was like, "It's an IV drug miss." And they're like scattered. But yeah, that was crazy. The surgeon actually did a beautiful job on my skin graft. Took a piece of my thigh, harvested, and put it right there. I've always wanted to get like a tattoo over it, but then I was like, I don't know. Okay, so back to being arrested. So I was arrested in 2014. 2015, 16, I'm still running amok in like Dallas and Mesquite and doing all the things, thinking I'm invincible. And I never have to report because I have a probation officer that's super lenient and chill and not checking in on me and whatever. Well, then the tides change. I go to a different kind of court. I go to drug court, and that's pretty intense. So drug court is weekly court appearances with the judge every Friday. 2 or 3 times you have to go to your IOP, PHP, whatever classes in Terrell with a counselor. You cannot be late, and they're like 2 or 3 hours long. I checked in with my probation officer, my new probation officer. He was hard. He was what I needed, honestly. I mean, if we're being real. He didn't take no shit. He did kind of like piss me off a little bit because I was a nurse when all this happened. Like, I'm not stupid. I know, blah, blah, blah. I'd worked at a detox facility, and I was working at a current detox facility. And so I knew the buzzwords and all the things, and they thought I was trying to snow them. They thought it was all an act and all the things, and no, I'm not that manipulative and smart. Like, I mean, I'm smart, but you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't trying to manipulate anybody. I was just trying to make it through. Like, anyway, so he would drug test me literally every time he saw me, whether it was in class or in court or in his office. And if I couldn't pee right then, it was bad news. He told me I had to come prepared at 8 a.m. when I had my meetings with him and be ready to go. You know how hard it is to go to the bathroom at 8 a.m. after you just got up and peed for the first time and like you got dressed and now you're like, I can't pee again. I feel like he did that on purpose. Like, he was terrible. It was terrible. But he saved my life, honestly. So drug court. I'm still like, because after you kind of get down to close to graduation from drug court, they are much more lenient and you don't have to do as much. So I actually missed a counseling session, one of my IOP classes. The guy that was doing my IOP classes was actually my psychology professor from nursing school. So he knew me. He knew something was not right in my head. I was out of there. He told my probation officer. Probation officer said, I need you to come in. So I had to go in the next morning. I drank I don't remember how I did it, but you know, they're supposed to drink baking soda to like clean your system. Well, that shit don't work. I projectile vomited all over my rental car while I was driving down Jupiter, going towards 635. Like, it was terrible. Totally failed that drug test, by the way. He said I lit it up like a Christmas tree, whatever that meant. Apparently, I tested positive for everything except for opiates because I never did that. But I didn't do that other crap either, so I don't know how I tested positive for PCP and crap like that. But whatever. So that day was December 17th, 2017. I was supposed to be graduating from drug court. Literally graduating, be done. Like, probation's almost over. Yay! I was put in handcuffs. And my probation was changed to you're going to prison. So I spent a month in Kaufman County waiting to pull chain. I went to a unit in Burnett, the Safe P unit. It's substance abuse felony something. I don't know. It's a intense drug treatment program. You aren't in a TDC facility. You're behind razor wire. You're wearing the whites. You've got a TDC, like, where's my freaking wallet outside? You've got a TDC ID. 216-8793. Anyways, so my probation officer sent me to prison. That was terrible because that was my brother's birthday that I actually went. It was Christmas with my daughter. 2017, she would have been 11. So yeah, I missed very important years of her life doing all this stupid shit. What else? Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna what's one. So 2017. Oh, so a month from December 17th to January 17th. I pulled chain on January 17th. And actually went to the unit. Kaufman County drove me down there. When I got there and I had to strip in front of like 8 people in this little shed, I was like, oh shit, this is gonna suck. Oh yeah, you have no dignity, you have no privacy, like you're ready to just so safety sucked. I'm not gonna lie. It was uncomfortable whites. I was there in winter and summer, so it was hot. We had like swamp coolers, so it wasn't too bad in the summertime, but like it was still hot. It was freezing in the winter. They got us up at 4 a.m. to go get our laundry. Then they got us up at we had like 30 minutes or so to get dressed. We went to breakfast, and then we went came back, brushed our teeth, got dressed a little bit more. Which, I mean, there's not really a lot to do because there's no hair dryers, there's no curling irons, there's no makeup. I mean, unless you are rich and you can buy makeup. I wanted like Butterfingers and honey buns in my drawer. I didn't care about makeup. Yeah, so it was really just brush your teeth and skedaddle. So at 6 a.m. you are sitting in props, which is like this, like both feet on the floor, back straight, hands down on your knees. You're sitting in props. There's no slouching. There's no like hanging out. Like no. And you sat like that for the entire group. You got caught sleeping. You had to stand up in front of the entire like pod. It's terrible. So we had 6 hours of classes, and then at noon we'd have lunch, bullcrap food, and then we would go to our jobs. My job was outside yard. It was not that bad. I had a, my boss was like a real G. Like, his name was G. Like, he was awesome. He made us feel normal. He brought us gum and watermelon and stuff like that. And he actually, like, tried to help us, with connecting with people on the outside once we got out. Because some of these people that go to safety after they've done a 20-year sit down for murder, like, they come out and they don't even know what the internet is or a cell phone, like. So, he was very sweet and did that for us. It was the first time I ever used a weed eater. That sucked. It was very hot. And those full white, like, it's a full-on white. I'm not explaining it. Like, I don't know if you've seen whites. They are thick. And it's hot. Anyway, so I'm mowing grass. All the things. It was fun. I mean, it was fun. It's better than working in the kitchen or the laundry or whatever. So, can't complain too much. So after safety, you have to go, TDC makes you go to a resident treatment facility, which is an RTC program. It's a halfway house. So I was lucky enough to pick Salvation Army on Harry Hines in Dallas. But I saw a dead body on the sidewalk, a dead homeless person on the sidewalk while I was walking to the bus stop on my way to work one morning. For me, it was harder than safety because you have 1 foot out in the free world and you still have 1 foot locked up. And I wanted to smoke those cigarettes, man. I wanted to smoke so bad. So I had cigarettes I hid out, you know, in my little stash spot. And then I also had a vape. That was when Juuls first came out. Well, it wasn't that good, but I thought I was, you know, cool and I could sneak one in. Because, yeah, they wanted us when we came back in and stuff, but, like, this so-and-so didn't really care that much. I basically have to get naked because they're like, they know something's there, and I'm like, it's my bra, and they're like, no, bitch, it's not. I get naked, they find the freaking vape. So I earned myself 3 more weeks at Salvation Army. I'm basically put on house arrest. I can no longer go to my job and earn money. I can no longer have Jack in the Box for lunch. No more cigarettes. Like, it's fucking terrible. So that was terrible. The only good part was in passing, like, the cafeteria, and then, like, we would be up and you could see the boys. Anyways, I worked for $9 an hour when I was at Salvation Army. It was a telemarketing place. Everybody that worked there was from Salvation Army, so I'm pretty sure it's probably some illegal, you know, op. What's up, Brandon? Yeah. That's it. Okay, so while I was on probation, I was required to report in person once, sometimes twice a week with my probation officer. I had to be prepared to do the UA, like I said. I had to do 320 hours of community service. And this was no, like, remember I told you, like, my PO was terrible. He would not let us trade in food, you know, food pantry items for a couple hours. The only time I ever got a break was when a friend of mine actually had a seizure in the middle of our group. And because I'm a nurse, like, what am I going to do? I'm going to, like, roll her on her side and make sure she's okay. Because she told me, she's like, I think I'm about to have a seizure. And she's like, but, like, out. And everybody's fucking tripping. And, of course, I'm like, it's fine. Just, she's not, you know. Heather, don't pee yourself, you know. But, yeah. So he's like, I heard you were a real asset and a good friend, you know, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to give you 3 hours of community service. Cool. Anyway, so, I get through safety reentry court. Finally. This is my PO was a psycho. He was. Oh, yeah. I don't know how some people, like, made it through that whole program or ever make it through that program because, like, I lived in an Oxford House in downtown Dallas off of Gaston and Carroll. My work was in Mansfield, after a detox facility. And then all my court stuff was in Kaufman. And then I had to go on my groups and my probation officer shit in Terrell. Like, how do people do that? And they want you to do it 4 or 5 times a week. Like, yeah. Thank God I have my family and a good job and something to fall back on. Because, if not, like, who knows where I'd be. Like, I'd be like everybody else, you know, still struggling. So just when I thought I was going to crawl out of that hole and finish probation, no problemo, my dumbass goes back out to Dallas because I want to show everybody how good I'm doing. Like, it freaking matters. Okay, first of all, people that don't mind don't matter, or whatever the saying is. Like, people mind don't matter, people matter don't mind. Yeah. So yeah, I wanted to go show off my new car and, oh, look at me, I'm doing so good. No. I ended up doing drugs. Hanged on for a couple days. These guys were like, hey, let's go to Nordstrom's to get some shit. That was a terrible idea. First of all, don't ever steal anything from any store in Galleria because they will get your ass. I'm trying to go out of the store. I know they're following me around the store. And I'm trying to be, like, nonchalant, like, no, they on to me. So I'm like, oh, shit. I don't know where the dude is that I came with. I don't even know where my car is. I don't know what level I'm on, like, because I'm just bobbing and weaving through the racks and up and down the escalators. These fools fucking tackle me out in the parking garage at the Galleria at Nordstrom's. I get a CT. I get arrested. I think it was misdemeanor, but it was more than 100, less than 7 or something like that. So it's a class B, maybe? I don't know. But I can tell you that getting arrested and all the things while you're on probation in Kaufman and that happening in Dallas, like, that's a terrible. Especially with my probation officer, like, My PO was PO'd at me. For sure. So yeah. Norsham's. Don't ever steal from Norsham's. It says, don't ever talk about adding fuel to a fire. Don't give me a damn match because I will burn my whole life to the freaking ground without even trying. And I don't even, like, I guess God always takes care of me. Honestly, like, yes, I make some really dumb decisions sometimes. But, and I've had to do some pretty shitty things, like to get out of those, as a consequence or to make amends for that action that I took. But it's nothing that's been, that I couldn't handle. Was it uncomfortable? Absolutely. Did it suck? Absolutely. But did I do it? I sure did. Because God let me and because He helped me and He rescued me, from the slimy pit, is what they say. In Dallas County, I did file for another deferred adjudication because all the attorneys tell you, go for a deferred adjudication. It's just like probation. If you're good, like, it'll be fine. You'll be gone. No. Do not do deferred adjudication. That's bullshit. It's terrible. And if you're a nurse, don't ever do it if you're a nurse because the Board of Nursing looks at that like a guilty plea. So that's why when I got done, after 7 traumatizing years in Kaufman, got done in Dallas, my felony probation cases were over. It was 2020. COVID was ramping up pretty hot and heavy. I called the Board of Nursing and I'm like, hey y'all, guess what? I finished probation. Boop, boop, boop. Everything's great. I already renewed my license this year. Just want to let y'all know everything's cool. We don't ever have to talk again because y'all scared the shit out of me. Bye. They said, hey, guess what? Congratulations on finishing that 7 years of probation. Now you're going to be on probation again with us. Your license is, it said suspend/probate. So everybody that saw that, they're like, oh my God, Brandy's license is suspended again. No, bitch. It was probation. That's just how they put it on there. My license was never suspended. I was on probation and I had to get an attorney. It's $3,500. Carolyn Mackey's awesome. Carolyn. She's got an office down in Elgin. She said I was the most organized client she's ever had because I had everything lined up. Like I was ready to fight for my right, to not have to do all the things. Because what they'll do is they'll come at you with board orders and they'll come at you like, it's almost like buying a car. They'll say, okay, you need to do this, 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 and this. And then we'll let you off. No. That's not what we're going to do. And so you negotiate, have your lawyer talk to them and say, no, we're taking that out, taking that out, taking that out. We'll agree to that one. Carolyn got me down to only, it was terrible. So I had to do it for 3 years. Some people only have to do it for a year. My order was for 3 years because my crime was a crime of moral turpitude. I had to look up what that meant. That means I'm basically a rapist, murderer, child eating person, like the worst criminal in all of time. Me. Someone that's got a drug charge. Now, I can see why, because as a nurse, you're supposed to take care of the public and you are left alone with people's medicines and maybe I'll just take a little bit. Thank God I never took pills. Thank God I never did anything like that. Obviously, I like to go fast, you can tell. But yeah, no. I never got hung up like that. Thank you, Jesus. But I know some people do sometimes. And that is something I would never want to have to fight because it's just always there. You know what I mean? The funny thing is, like, when everybody finds out I was on a board order or I have been on a board order, they're like, well, I'm not signing off on your drugs, sorry. Bitch, I don't care. I can tell you right now that so-and-so over there is dropping pills in the parking lot when she leaves. Like, what you mean? So, yeah. People that are on board orders, you don't have to be judgy. You don't have to side-eye them like, oh, they're probably doing something bad. They're not. I bet you they are walking more of a straight line than anybody in that place because they know what they have to do to get over that board order. So, we're being judgy of your people that are battling a board order. Okay, thanks. What else? My outline is just shot to shit. Oh, so what I did have to do, Carolyn finally did decide. I had to call in every day again. So with drug court and with safety reentry court, I was calling in every day to the color line to see if I had to go take a drug test that day. Some weeks it was like 3 times a week. Some weeks it was none. They just kind of keep you on your toes. So with the Board of Nursing, I had to do it twice a month for the first year. Then the next year, I had to do it once a month for a year. And then the last year, third year, I had to do it once every 3 months. So that was nice because you take your test in February 1st. Well, you're clear until the next quarter. Now, that being said, don't risk it. Like, just get through the 3 years without drinking a beer or whatever. That was my big thing. Like, I was like, man, I can't even have like a beer at like a concert or when we go out like to dinner if I want to. Like, this sucks. No diet pills, no pain pills, anything. Yeah, nothing. They test for like 94 substances or something like that and metabolites. They be doing too much. So got over my board order, March of 2026, this year. I worked at a inpatient psych unit the entire time. I was working under my board order. It was, honestly, it wasn't really that bad. I had to work with another nurse on the unit, and, oh my gosh, my live's gonna end in 5 minutes? Hold on. Shit. Oh my god. Yes. Okay, now it's not gonna end. So board order was finished in March of 2026. I had some pretty good bosses that signed off on everything. I had to work with another nurse, and everybody just kind of, it wasn't really bad. Like, I didn't have any drug stipulations. I didn't have to TPAP. I could still pass meds and do all the things. I just had to work with another nurse. When I got done with my board order, I thought it'd be done, right? No, that shit stays on your nursing license, like in public view, forever. So, I'm gonna be telling this story of shame and redemption, I guess, for the rest of my working life, which kind of sucks, but choices have consequences. Every day we have a choice. We make choices. God gives us, 2 ramps. We do this way, we do this way. Go that way. Don't go over here where it's fun and all the things. No, it's a terrible idea. A lot of people are like, Brandy, why are you telling everybody your business? Like, no, like, ugh. My past is exactly what makes me so extraordinary in the psych and behavioral health field. I can actually reach somebody that is hurting, somebody that's pissed off, somebody that is angry and doesn't even speak English, that's trying to elope, that's already busted out of 3 sets of doors. I'd be like, bro, like, what do you need? You need a cigarette? Come on, let's go to my unit and we'll fucking chop it up and I'll get you some Ativan and a cigarette. Bing, bang, boom. Let's go. And then I look at him and I'm like, you try to run and make me look stupid, I'm going to be really pissed off. He's like, no, miss, I'm good, I'm good. So, I was always the person that they called whenever, like, shit really was hitting the fan. I thank God I never got hurt at work. I did break my pinky toe in Handle with Care training when Abby fell on top of me when we were getting recertified. It's still not right, by the way. It's like, oh, thanks, bro. But I never had anybody come after me really too much. I mean, I had one person hawk a loogie in my eyeball. That was really awesome. But I've had 3 of my most favorite nurses get completely rocked and end up in the ER with broken bones and whiplash and concussions and C-collars, and that is not okay. Something's got to change in healthcare, and especially in psych. Cops need to take these people to jail. Like, if that's where they're supposed to go, like, take them to jail. Put them in a turtle suit. Put them in a seclusion. Let the nurse watch them there. Like, don't bring them into the population where they're going to hurt everybody there. When I have some more people on, like, every week I'm going to have a co-host join us, and we're going to talk about, something special that happened with them while we were working together. right before I got fired. Yes, I got fired. Right before I got fired, we had a patient that tormented the entire hospital. The entire hospital. For a month. It was wild. And it was behavioral, which was crazy. So, we'll talk about that with Brett when she comes on. Brett, I need your dates, babe. Jacob, I need your dates. I know you're ready to rock and roll. Everybody else, like, if y'all want to, anybody wants to co-host with me, let's do it. I got a little calendar. Where's that? Oh, also, if you're close to me, like, you know, I got some shit. Okay, so these are my microphones. Like, it's got the little screen, so we don't do that when you're talking. I got some baller ass little headphones. I got 2 ring lights that are like huge. What else I got? Oh, I got this new gaming laptop because I thought it needed to be like high powered, super fast, whatever. I did get some decorations, so I don't really have a place to do it though because I live with my mom and dad because I'm about to move out to Texas and go travel while my daughter is in school in New York City. So anybody has any housing up in New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, hit me up. I need to stay there from like mid-September to mid-May. I'm going to work as a nurse somewhere. I've got some travel companies kind of looking for stuff for me right now. I'm trying to get my endorsement for New York. That is a lot with like record and shit. So but I'm working on it. But yeah, so anybody that's local, I will come to you. We can boop all the things. I can put it in a suitcase and roll out, and we can talk. Like I'm about to write down everybody's little subject and what we had talked about on your comment earlier, and yeah, anybody else like that's out in the wild, you wanna like mingle and co-host and tell me some stories and we can rap back and forth. I'm down. Like, so I have got Spotify for creators. I've got, I don't know what I got. I signed up for like, I'm not kidding, like 6 different web hosting, domain name, services, all the things. I think I got a marketing app. I need a marketing app for. Yeah, I'm going overboard. I was really terrified to even do this today, so thank you for staying with me. If you guys are still here, thank you. Sorry I talk so fast. Sorry I'm so random. It's gonna be fun though. This is gonna be really fun. This was just basically like I wanted y'all to know everything about me, so you can feel safe to open up about yourself and your struggles and what you want to see happen, you know, in the world of mental health. We do have to be very careful about not talking about our employers, our facilities we worked out, our patients especially. You cannot even like describe a patient because somebody might see it and know like who you're talking about. Oh yeah, so and so with you know, whatever. You can't do any of that, so you gotta be really careful because I know that they already know my place will come after me because they fired me. Anyways, what else? I don't even know if I finished my whole spiel. Hold, please. Oh yeah, past is what makes me exceptional and extraordinary. I don't walk into a room just pretending to know about addiction, shame, detox, all the things. I've fucking lived that shit. Like, that's why I can walk up to someone and they really do recognize that, I guess, in me. I don't know if it's the blue hair. I don't know if it's because I'm just like, bah! You know, I'll freak them out when I first come in. Could be I have all this shiny shit on or I have cookies. I can always, 99% of the time, I can connect with patients that nobody else can because I'm crazy too. I am also good with like seeing manipulation now. 10 years ago, I was not, but I see the game now, and I'm hip to it. Like, I wish somebody would try to come and fucking take me out, like fake me out, throw drugs in my lap. I wish I bitch would. And also, I still need somebody to go to Missouri with me. So, okay. So I think that's it. Every patient encounter is another rung in my ladder, another nail in my roof. Their transformation, their healing is that I have a front row seat to. It makes me strong. It makes me, my resolve to find another little lost lamb to save. Like, y'all, this is what we are put here to do. God wants us to help others. Like, why else would he give us these gifts? Like discernment and caregiving and love and like, this is what we're meant to do. And guess what? When you're helping somebody else get through like the worst time in their life, your problems like melt away. Like you're chilling because guess what? Their life really sucks. You thought your life sucked? Their life really sucks. So check your people today. Give them a hug. Reach out. I don't know when I'm going to do the next one of these. I've got to figure out how to do all of this. Like, I really want to do, I don't want to do the live thing. I want to do videos where I can have, like, slides. We're going to talk buzzword definitions. We're going to have funny stories. We're going to have co-hosts. We're going to talk psych diagnoses. We're going to talk about medicines. We're going to talk about, you know, all the things. Like, I really want to touch on suicide and self-harm pretty soon because, like, that shit rocked me when my friend hurt himself and took his own life this past weekend. Like how bad are you hurting to make you think that that's your only option? Like, that breaks my heart. So, to be able to save just one person from the darkness, from that pain, makes all my pain and my tears, like, worth it. So, fuck, I'm not gonna cry. I didn't want to cry. I'm gonna cry. If you're still lost in the darkness, if you need to talk, like, hit me up, slide into my DMs, yo. I'll tell you all the things like that helped me. What helped me may not help you. I did not like AA and NA, but that is like everybody. Some people, that's their jam. I mean, I really don't know how I finally like kicked everything. Like, maybe I grew out of it. I don't know. So, just, you know, let God use your pain for his purpose and help anybody that you can. Because there are people out there that are hurting bad. So, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Oh, this. I want you all to know. Yes, all 3 of you that are actually watching. I don't even know how many people are on here right now. I don't know. Let's say 7. Please tell me it's more than 7. Oh my God. Anyways, I want you to know that this is not another podcast. This is not just me running my mouth. Like, this is a survival guide from someone who has been through the fire and who has found purpose and beauty in the ashes and then has put on a stethoscope and gone out to save more people burning in the fire. So, broken can be beautiful. Your life can be blessed. You'll see. Give back what was so freely given to you. That's what they tell you to do. And always have your arrows out, man. Like, try to help everybody you can. That's all I got. Time to clock in. Grab your Monster, your Chicken Express tea, sweet tea, your cup of Sonic Ice. Get ready to get raw. Get ready to get real. This is just the beginning. I love you guys so much. I hope you had a good day. And I'll post some stuff soon, and we'll talk about next episodes and when and all the things. And it's gonna be way better than this, I promise. Okay. Love you guys. Now how do I turn it off? I don't even know. Anybody know how to turn it off? Shit. Is it still on? It is. How do you turn it off? Y'all are not telling me. Oh my God. I don't really know what I'm doing. Oh my God. Is it back on? Shit. My disability. I should have done that. I kept banging on the thing. How do I turn this off? Shit. Close. There it is. Is it off? End. Okay. Love you guys. Bye.